Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was one of the most famous and influential entertainers of all time. From his groundbreaking music to his incredible dance moves, he revolutionized the music industry. But behind the glitz, glamour, and moonwalks, there was a man who lived a life of mystery, immense wealth, and heartbreaking loneliness. Today, we'll take you deep inside his abandoned mansion, explore the staggering net worth he left behind, and uncover the tragic details of his untimely death. Stick around because some of the secrets we're about to reveal might shock you. Michael Jackson's iconic career and net worth at its peak. At his peak, Michael Jackson wasn't just a superstar, he was a global phenomenon. His career skyrocketed as a child with the Jackson 5, and by the time he went solo, he became the biggest musical act in the world. Albums like Thriller, Bad, and Dangerous sold hundreds of millions of copies, breaking records left and right. Thriller alone remains the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold worldwide. But his success wasn't just limited to music. His business ventures, endorsements, and investments made him one of the wealthiest entertainers in history. At one point, Michael Jackson's net worth was estimated to be between $750 million and $1 billion. His earnings came from various sources, including sold-out tours, merchandise, film projects, and even the legendary Beatles catalog, which he famously purchased in 1985 for $47.5 million. That catalog alone made him millions every year. However, despite his enormous wealth, Michael's spending habits were just as legendary. He bought exotic animals, built theme parks, and indulged in shopping sprees that often totaled millions in a single day. His luxurious lifestyle and financial mismanagement eventually led to a shocking financial downfall. But here's the twist: despite being a billionaire at one point, Michael Jackson was in massive debt when he passed away. How did that happen? Keep watching because the story only gets crazier. Inside Michael Jackson's abandoned Neverland Ranch. Neverland Ranch wasn't just a home, it was a fantasy world built by a man who never had a real childhood. Located in Los Olivos, California, the 2,700-acre estate was Michael's ultimate dreamland. It had everything: a private amusement park, a zoo filled with exotic animals, a movie theater, and even a train station. He spent an estimated $17 million to purchase it and over $100 million transforming it into his personal paradise. But after multiple controversies and financial troubles, Neverland was left abandoned, becoming a haunting relic of Michael's once magical life. After his death, Neverland Ranch fell into disrepair. The amusement rides were dismantled, the animals were relocated, and the once vibrant property became eerily silent. Reports surfaced of ghost sightings and mysterious happenings within the mansion, making it a hotspot for paranormal enthusiasts. The ranch was eventually renamed Sycamore Valley Ranch in an attempt to distance it from its past. In 2020, it was sold for just $22 million, far below its once massive valuation. Imagine walking through an abandoned theme park that was once filled with joy and laughter, but now stands as a lifeless, forgotten land. That's what Neverland became, a tragic symbol of Michael Jackson's rise and fall. But why did he lose it all? Let's dive into his financial troubles. The financial collapse of a king. Despite earning billions throughout his career, Michael Jackson's financial troubles were no secret. He had an expensive lifestyle that included high-maintenance properties, extravagant shopping sprees, and legal battles that drained his fortune. At one point, he was spending $30 million a year, more than he was making. By the early 2000s, he had accumulated over $500 million in debt. One of the biggest financial blows came when he was accused of child molestation in 1993 and later in 2003. The legal battles forced him to pay millions in settlements and legal fees. His career also took a major hit, with brands distancing themselves and his music sales slowing down. Unable to maintain the enormous costs of Neverland, he was forced to take out loans against his assets, which only pushed him deeper into financial ruin. By 2009, Michael was on the verge of bankruptcy. His last hope was the This Is It concert series -50 shows that were meant to revive his career and finances. Sadly, he wouldn't live to see it happen. But what really happened in his final days? Was his death truly an accident, or was there something more sinister at play? Let's uncover the truth. The tragic death of Michael Jackson. On June 25, 2009, the world was stunned when news broke that Michael Jackson had died at the age of 50. His cause of death? A cardiac arrest induced by an overdose of propofol and benzodiazepines, powerful drugs administered to him by his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. Michael had been struggling with severe insomnia, and to help him sleep, Dr. Murray gave him propofol, a drug typically used in hospital surgeries, but the combination of drugs proved fatal. When Michael was found unresponsive in his Los Angeles mansion, paramedics rushed to revive him, but it was too late. The king of pop was gone. His death led to a massive investigation, and in 2011, Dr. Conrad Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. The trial exposed shocking details about Michael's deteriorating health, his dependency on prescription drugs, and the people around him who enabled his addiction. Some fans even believed there was foul play involved, suspecting that Michael's death wasn't just negligence, but something much darker. Could it have been prevented? Was there more to the story than what we were told? Let us know in the comments what you think. Michael Jackson's legacy and impact after death. Even in death, Michael Jackson's influence remains unmatched. His music, style, and artistry continue to inspire generations of musicians and fans. After his passing, his estate generated over $2 billion in revenue, thanks to album sales, merchandise, documentaries, and projects like This Is It, which became the highest-grossing concert documentary of all time. His posthumous earnings have consistently placed him at the top of Forbes' list of highest-paid deceased celebrities. But his legacy isn't just about music, it's about breaking barriers, setting new standards in entertainment, and using his platform for humanitarian work. He donated over $500 million to charities during his lifetime, making him one of the most philanthropic celebrities ever. His humanitarian efforts, iconic performances, and timeless music ensure that he will never be forgotten. So was Michael Jackson a tragic figure or a misunderstood genius? One thing is for sure, there will never be another king of pop. Michael Jackson's secret struggles behind the fame. Behind the dazzling performances, iconic music videos, and adoring fans, Michael Jackson was a man battling immense personal struggles. From an early age, he faced immense pressure from his father, Joe Jackson, who was known for his strict and often abusive parenting style. This tough upbringing shaped Michael's insecurities, pushing him to strive for perfection, but also leaving him with deep emotional scars. His struggles with self-image became more evident over the years as his appearance drastically changed due to alleged vitiligo and multiple cosmetic surgeries. In addition to his physical changes, Michael lived an incredibly isolated life. Despite being one of the most famous people on the planet, he often spoke about his loneliness and the difficulties of trusting people. He surrounded himself with children and animals at Neverland because he longed for the childhood he never had. The media often portrayed him as eccentric, but few understood the pain he carried. His desperate attempts to reclaim his youth and find true companionship only deepened the sadness of his story. Imagine being loved by millions but still feeling completely alone. That was Michael Jackson's reality. A life filled with fortune and fame, but also unbearable solitude. Could he have found true happiness, or was he destined to live a life of sorrow? Michael Jackson's life was filled with extraordinary highs and devastating lows. From his legendary music career to his abandoned Neverland Ranch and his heartbreaking final moments, his story remains one of the most fascinating and tragic in entertainment history. But one thing is certain, his music and legacy will live forever. What are your thoughts on Michael Jackson's life and death? Do you think there's more to the story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.